Alright, so the stream is back up. Um so so if you weren't on just a second ago, what happened was my my stream completely freaked out. My OBS decided to lay a giant egg on me. So I actually had to reboot OBS entirely. It just decided to completely freak out on me. So if you're just joining or you're rejoining, I've got everything fixed now. Right now you should just be seeing my placeholder thumbnail. That's actually getting ready to go away right now. Okay, so everything should be coming back out now in real time, more or less, or just on a slight delay. I've got every I've got everything fixed now. Everything should be golden. Everything should be pretty set with that. So it's looking good on my side. So we're just gonna truck right along. Hit this spinny pad. Do some Metal Gear Solid sneaking around. Hit this pad. And I'm in a room where I need a key card. Okay, so we're gonna back out. We're gonna slip right past him. And basically, if you've never played the Pokemon games, or you've never played this game in particular, what I'm doing is I'm trying to find a key card. There's a key card that I need to be able to activate some of these closed gates, and I'm just sort of hopping floor to floor right now, just to try and go ahead and get that. And then I'm gonna go just take a few floors and fight some of the trainers. I don't plan on fighting everybody because I don't really need the experience. My team's right about where I want them right now. I've done a bunch of grinding right before I started the stream. I actually took about an hour, and just done some grinding. Tried to get my team back to where it's mostly kind of in line with the levels I'm seeing from everybody else. But yeah, I want to apologize to everybody in the stream. Normally I don't run into those kinds of problems, and normally everything on my end before I start the stream, I try and make sure that everything's looking good, that that my audio's coming in clear, and that and most importantly, that I'm actually capturing the gameplay. Now I'm still a little frustrated about that, but it's one of those things. Live streaming's really organic like that. You just everything, it's not like my edited content where if I'm playing and I knock my mic over, or something falls over in my room. Alright, Divide. Well, yeah, like I said, I should be streaming till at least hopefully till about midnight. So if you can make it back around that time, just drop right back in. And if you can't drop back in, the video will upload just shortly after I finish it, about 4 or 5 minutes. So if you can't catch the rest of it, just check out the video when it posts, and you'll kind of see where I managed to get at. But yeah, it was really great having you over. I always like seeing you come through on the streams. And hopefully you'll be able to make it back before I wrap it up. But if not, the video will still be available and you can see what's happening then. And I hate that your internet's making it lag. It's just been one of those nights. But like I was saying to everybody else, the sort of the fun and the tragedy of live streaming is everything's happening around you in real time, and unlike my edited stuff, unlike the stuff I record to edit, you know, I can't fix any of the things that just sort of happen, around me. Those just kind of come through as they happen, and I try my best to limit a lot of that, because, I want the streams to go as smooth and as smooth as I can get them to go. But I mean, if I'm recording, I can just, edit parts out. I can, or I can, I can change some of the stuff in a way that, you can still watch the video and, not miss anything, but you don't have to hear, like, a picture falling off the wall in my office or anything. So, we took care of that grunt. Wasn't really much to worry about. The scientists are tricky. Some of the scientists are Silph Coast scientists, and some of the scientists are with Team Rocket. So I try to avoid the scientists, just because there's a really good chance that if you run into one, you're gonna have to battle them. But Magnemite here, Magnabro, is not gonna be much of a problem. Yeah, except when he paralyzes me. That's not good. That's not cash money. That's very uncash money of you. Yeah, knock him out. Now, normally I would be freaking out that he's paralyzed, but I'm not too worried, because once I get the key card and I can move on up the floors, there'll actually be some beds I can nap in. But I don't know personally how comfortable I would be if I knew the place was taken over by alleged crime syndicate. Hey, Eagle! Thanks for joining the stream, man. Yeah, I heard you's kind of under the weather. Hope you're feeling all right, man. Oh, where's this stupid key card? Key card. Oh, wherefore art thou, key card? Yeah. Sometimes it is. It just depends on what the crime is. I mean, I hate these ones that'll track your movement. But it really just kind of depends on what the crime is. I mean, yeah, sure. Just let me know what kind of idea you have, and I'll. I'm pretty well down for. I'm pretty well down to do anything, honestly. So yeah, just let me know what you're wanting to do, and I'll I'll definitely hop in. Ah, man, I was hoping I was gonna avoid him, but yeah, I'll definitely hop in with you. Use glare. Well, that's not very cash money of you. Okay. But Eagle, I don't know if you caught it, but like I was telling the other person in the stream, I'm not super worried on right now about any kind of status ailments, because I got a bed coming up pretty soon. Oh yeah, absolutely. Just, you know, when I finish up the stream, hey Divide, welcome back. You really didn't miss much. I've just sort of been wandering around, still trying to find the card key, and yeah, I think I'm actually pretty close to it. Close to getting the card key, and then I can head down a few floors, hit the bed, and then I can go ahead and there it is. There it is. But Eagle, like I was saying, I'll probably be on here till midnight or just a little after. My primary thing I wanted to do with this stream was just try and get Silph Coat taken care of. Hey man, Eagle, it's alright. It's no big deal. But yeah, when I finish up here, I'll hop in on the Discord and just kind of let me know what the plan is. Alright, now hopefully I won't have to fight. Frig. Yeah, I was hoping I wouldn't have to fight this guy. I guess in a way, what you could call this entire stream episode, it's almost like if you're an anime fan, and I'm one myself. I'm a big, weeby otaku. Just just no other way to put it. Yeah, man. I hate that you've been under the weather like this. I haven't seen you on in a few days. I hadn't seen you really streaming anything with Final Fantasy. And then I saw that you'd been kind of ill, but hopefully you get to feeling better, man. Because I would totally be down for some Dead by Daylight this weekend. Because my classes start Tuesday. I'm off from class Wednesday, and then Thursday I'll actually be in class, and I'll be away from home pretty much until like 11 o'clock midnight. So not really much I could do on Thursday, but this weekend I'd definitely like to get in on some Dead by Daylight. Yeah. Through the week, my classes. I'm sent you a message about it. Excuse me. When I was in class last semester, my schedule hasn't changed. It's Tuesday and Thursday, so I'm completely tied up on those days, and I'm really tied up on Thursdays because I have a class that goes till 8:30. So after I make the drive back home, it'll be like 11 o'clock. By that point, I'm probably just gonna eat something and crash and go to bed. I have one built in on my computer, on my laptop. It's not the greatest, but depending on what the sort of the idea is, it might work. Um, and I actually could probably borrow a camera, honestly. Again, depending on what we're, kind of what the plan is. And I've been meaning to actually get a camera anyway. I posted in the group, excuse me, the YouTube group. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Nah, man, I didn't mean to use double kick. It's not gonna do any good. Come on, Archaic, what are you thinking? But yeah, when I wrap everything up here, yeah, I'll hop in on Discord and we can hash out the finer points of it. Ah, man. Hoping that wouldn't happen. Let's go Snorlax. And we're gonna hit you with the headbutt, and that should do it, hopefully. Growlithe. It's the only thing that sucks. I picked Charmander as my starter, so, and Growlithe is really cool, and I'd like to have one on my team. It's just it kind of defeats the purpose of having two fire types. It really wouldn't do me any good, especially this late in the game, because there's a lot of stuff at this point in the game that's basically tailor-made for stopping fire types. Yeah, absolutely. I love Charmander. Charizard is actually, of all the starters in all of the generations, Charizard has always been, he's been my guy. He's always been my guy, and when I played Red and Blue, I paid for that a lot because Steel types weren't a thing, and so Metal Claw wasn't a thing. So I learned the hard way that Charmander and Brock's team and Charmander and Misty's team don't really get along. But of course, I was also 7, 8 years old, so I really didn't know a lot about type advantages and this and that and everything. So, but no, Charmander's always been my bro, and if not Charmander, then Mudkip from the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald games. Because Swampert's always been a beast. Anytime I play those, I always try and pick Mudkip just so I can get Swampert. But I'm really happy with my team now. It came together in the end basically exactly the way I wanted it to when I started the series. This is basically the lineup I wanted. It just took me a little bit longer to get it than I really wanted. Blastoise, he protect, he attack, but most importantly, he used Water Gun, I guess. Seriously, I hate protect. I hate protect. I hate protect. I hate sort of those wall moves, like those, like this, like protect, detect. Basically anything that slows me down, I don't really like it. And I really don't think anybody would, but okay, so Snorlax is out, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to throw Snorlax out because he could do enough damage and take enough hits to set me up for Jolteon to come in and sweep. That's why I like Jolteon. It's as far as electric types in this game, there's not really a lot. To get Electabuzz, you actually have to get Surf and then go back to the power plant. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I'm a lazy man. Like, I am a lazy boy. So I'm not gonna wait that far to get an electric type. Raichu's okay. Yeah, and I like Pikachu. It's not like I don't like Pikachu. It's, you know, because he's the mascot of the series, and he's pretty good in these games. It's just that Jolteon's a little bit hardier, and that helps out a lot when you get to this point where you basically fight your rival in pretty quick succession. You'll beat him here, and then you'll fight him one more time before you go to Victory Road, and then you'll immediately hop into the league, and then he's actually the champion. So Jolteon works a little bit better with taking on his starter in this case. But if I honestly had to pick an all-time favorite electric type, I'd have to say it's Manectric from Generation 3. And I love this game. I love Fire Red and I love the originals, but Generation 3 was always my favorite because it was the first one I played when I really had an understanding of, you know, how to be really effective in the game, and, you know, it introduced a lot of really cool things that, you know, I'm glad are, you know, have made kind of a comeback, like the, you know, like the secret bases and, you know, just little things like that. Generation 3 was always my favorite, and by extension, Manectric has always been Manectric's always been my absolute bro when it comes to an electric type. Now, it's up in the air really what I'm going to do after I sort of beat the main story. I don't know if I'll stream sort of the end game stuff. I may make that into, you know, just like its own sort of, you know, condensed package video where I kind of hit the highlights, like going back and getting the legendary birds, getting Mewtwo, taking care of everything on the Sevi Islands, because there's a little bit that you can do. It's not a lot. They didn't really add much of an end game scenario with this, but I am gonna probably do a little bit of the end game after I finish streaming out sort of the main story. Yeah, and like I kind of want to do it divide. I kind of want to do it sort of almost like a, you know, sort of, again, like a highlights type video. Be like, hey, this is how, you know, I'm gonna make a swing through and catch all the legendary birds. Here's how you do it. You know, just give some recommendations. That's kind of I'm kind of leaning on that being my direction with the end game, because there's enough there that, you know, there's enough there worth revisiting and, you know, just kind of taking a look at, but not so much that, you know, that it would make for like a super interesting stream. I don't think. In my opinion, it just feels like it would almost lend itself better for being a, you know, for being kind of a condensed just hit the highlights type video. But yeah, that's I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of looking at that being my plan with the end game. I really wish that this had something kind of like the Battle Frontier in Emerald, because in that case I would probably do I would probably do some streams of that, me trying to take on at the Battle Factory and the the Battle Pike and things like that. But that's all, in my opinion, that was probably one of the biggest downfalls of the first generation remakes, is they almost made it too much of a direct remake, at least with Oris, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. They remade it so you're playing a version of Ruby and Sapphire, but they changed things up and they added a little bit more, like the entire Delta episode, which I loved. Like, the Delta episode was a great story. I loved everything with it. But with this, it's just pretty much a cut and dry. Not even really a. It's almost more like just an HD remaster of the first game. And like, point to point, when I first played the game and beat it, I beat it in exactly 24 hours. When I saved, when it done the final save at the Pokemon League, I logged 24 hours and like 52 minutes. So yeah, this is not a beefy game. So I should have the whole, my plan hopefully is to have the whole main story done in no more than 10 episodes. And I'm probably going to devote just one entire episode to the League and the Champion, because that's going to be its own event, and that I'm excited for, because when I was young and I finally got the gist of how to play these games and how to understand the actual mechanics, and I finally made my way to the Pokemon League and got to take on the Elite Four. It's an intense moment when you're like 7, 8, 9 years old, and you're playing this game and they're hyping up this Elite Four. It's like, the Elite Four, you get all the badges and you take on the Elite Four. The Elite Four's the best trainers in the land, and when you finally got to face them, it was a pretty exciting moment for me being that young and me being that young playing a game. It's just kind of, it's a feeling you can't really recapture. I'm gonna fix something with my chat here. There we go. But you can't recapture that feeling the very first time that you face the Elite Four, even the very first time that you take on one of the gym leaders. And if I get a Switch, I'm not going to get it right away. That's just not something that's in my immediate plans. But if I get a Switch, at some point I am going to try and do a playthrough of Let's Go Eevee. Because regardless of the third generation being my all-time favorite, you know, I still can't discount the just the absolute fact that, you know, this generation here is the one that started it all. And to get to revisit that and revisit it with a lot of sort of the story mechanics of Yellow, which was awesome for me because they basically took everything that was wrong with Red and Blue when they released Yellow. They took everything that was wrong with Red and Blue, polished some of it up. They fixed some of the sprites and everything, and they tried to make it more like the anime. And for me, that was awesome because, and I'm gonna show my age, but Yellow came out when the anime was big, like it was when the anime was still, you know, something that you got hyped for. And Yellow was awesome, and to get to play a remake of that even further and know that it's, you know, basically the closest thing we would ever get to having a game entirely based on the anime. You know, that's pretty awesome. So if I ever get a chance to play Let's Go Eevee, I'm definitely going to try and stream that. Something else that I'm kind of working on, I'm collecting the stuff for it, is just sort of a compilation of just some of the goofiness I've ran into playing Red Dead Redemption. You've probably heard me talk a few times about how it basically stole my life and everything I know and love during the Christmas holidays. And you know, I've got some of the stuff collected. It's just working on something like trying to put that together. That's you know, that's not something like some of my other stuff like Happy Wheels or Learn to Fly or anything like that. You know, that's not stuff that I want to stage. You know, I want it to be completely organic. So that one's taking a little bit, but I'm trying to get stuff for it. I can't wait to get everything I need for that and get it put together, because there's just a lot of goofy stuff that happens in that game, unintentionally. But it does happen, and I'm, you know, really wanting to kind of get a just a collection of my run-ins with just sort of what's happened there. Oh my goodness, I wish I remembered what the order for this was. Like I used to remember the order for this. It's specific. It's like top, bottom left, and then bottom right, and top right. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're gonna go with this. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. And I may be almost a complete dork for saying it, but I really wish these spinny tiles were real. Because that way, if I needed to get something from upstairs, I don't have to drag my fat behind up the stairs, I can just hop on one of these panels and spin my way into the kitchen. Oh my sweet baby Jabbus. And in today's live stream episode, we watched the archaic eagle spin around on teleporting pads for 25 straight minutes. Making some high quality content here, ladies and gentlemen. High quality content. Oh, for heaven's sake. Now I'm stuck in a loop. I can't even remember how to get out to get back to the intro. Okay, there we go. Alright, so you start here. So if I remember, it is top left. I think it's bottom left. And then top right, bottom right? No. Well, guys, I think your boy here is going to have to go look up how to get through this. Because I have literally hit, it feels like, every combination of these stupid pads. And I don't know why, but this is a puzzle that Game Freak loses their ever-loving mind over. Alright, so your boy here is going to go look up real quick how to at least get to Sabrina. Alright. Alright, so let's see. Nope. Nope. Southeast room. Step on the upper right square to the warp to the room above. Use the upper left square to go to the northeast room. The lower left square brings you to the northwest corner. And pick the lower one again, and we should be... Okay, here we go. Alright, so finally made it to Sabrina. I'm gonna call it here, and first try. That's what we're going to tell everybody, is that I got this on the first try. I did not have to go look up an IGN guide on how to get to Sabrina. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Like I said earlier in the stream, my biggest goal was just to get through Silphco and kind of get me to Sabrina. My plan is to try and get a stream going tomorrow, and from there I want to take on Sabrina, get Blaine out of the way, and we may even be able to go ahead and take on Giovanni as well, and just kind of do the last three all in one setting and get us set up for the Pokemon League. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. I've enjoyed having you all in the stream. It's been great. We're getting near the end, and I'm really excited because I can't wait to take on the Pokemon League. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. Before I do, though, real quick, I do have a shout out. So, if anybody in the stream here is a big horror game fan, if you like horror games, or even if you like indie games, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Cynic Fuel. He's running a really good channel over there. He does a lot of horror games, a lot of indie style games. So if that's more your scene, go check him out. Like I said, gonna go ahead, hop off here. It's been great having you all. Can't wait to see you all in the next stream. Bye bye for now.